Welcome back to Vikings football with Coach Bruce Barnum as the Portland State Vikings get ready for a big home game this Saturday. Portland State hosting the 8th-ranked Montana Grizzlies right here at Hillsborough Stadium. And, Coach, it's always an exciting week when Montana comes to town, a great program year in and year out. And the Vikings are going to try to make it 2 in a row, though, after a big upset win last year at Missoula. Is a level of excitement go up a little bit when you're facing Montana?
It probably does. You know, the music changes. We got Cotton Eye Joe playing. We got a bunch of country songs that they play in their stadium. So my guys kind of look at me kind of funny with that stuff playing. But no, it's a quality program. Everybody's shooting to be where Montana is in this conference since the 80s. So our practices are always, I think, quality, but they're pretty focused this week.
All right, quick look back at Northern Arizona last week. The Vikings losing that one 31-29. About as tough a way as you can lose one as possible. A field goal at the end of the game. Portland State had taken the lead with less than a minute and a half to play, and the Vikings with a big comeback to get into that position. Coach, the takeaway from that game, because obviously a big emotional loss for the team, how do you get that team to bounce back for a big game this week?
It was. You know, Mike, how I addressed that on Sunday night when we got back and watched the film, etc. If we play like we did in the second half, don't start like we did. And we talked about fast starts, and that wasn't a fast start. We're down 14 goose, you know, against a play. They scored a touchdown on one play we practiced, you know, for 17 months, and it was a slow start. But take that second half, how you felt, how you played, and play every game like that or a quarter like that, we'll be all right.
Vikings with a great comeback, 20 consecutive points in the second half to get themselves in a position to win the game. Unfortunately, they faced a great quarterback who led Northern Arizona down the field at the end for the winning field goal, Case Cookus. And, Coach, that's going to kind of be the trend here the last 4 weeks. Great quarterbacks. Montana has Dalton Sneed, and looking ahead, Jake Meyer at UC Davis, Eric Barrier at Eastern Washington. So kind of a tough 4 weeks here for the Viking defense, getting ready for probably the top 4 quarterbacks in the league.
It is all quality, and we call this a gauntlet this last third of the season, and Montana's probably the top of that, you know, just because of who they are and who they have, and their coaches. They got some good damn coaches over there. Dalton, you're not going to stop him. You know, he's all over the place. He plays like Spider-Man. It's kind of fun to watch him play, but he's on the other side. So we had to find a way to slow him down. And again, I want to keep him off the field. But running the ball against the Griz isn't an easy task.
And Dalton Sneed missed last week's game at Eastern Washington, a win for the Grizzlies. Cam Humphrey played at quarterback there, so there's a question mark maybe as to who will be the quarterback this week if Sneed is healthy. And, Coach, as we look at the matchup, remarkably similar statistics between the two teams. Offensively, yards gained, points scored, and defensively, points allowed. Almost a carbon copy of one another, turnovers forced all the way down the line. What do you see in this matchup where one team is maybe unique from the other?
It's got to be Bobby's state patrol. I think he's got 3 state troopers that follow him.
Do you have any security at all?
We're going to go with 6 CIA, but they're going to be undercover. You're not going to see them, Mike. They're going to be hidden throughout the stands, so don't look for them. But I saw that as the one thing they had over us. So when Bobby comes in with his 3 stadies, I got him. I finally figured it out.
All right, as we look at Montana's offense, as we said, maybe a question mark there at quarterback, but they do have a lot of weapons. Marcus Knight, the running back, Samuel Akem, Samari Torre, and Jerry Louis McGee, a great group of receivers. So that is a tough matchup for the Viking defense. Talk about a little bit about that group of offensive players.
Yeah, Dalton Sneed's nails, but he's not their whole offense. I mean, they rolled Eastern up last week with the Humphreys kid, and they just ran it, you know, out of 13, out of different personnel. That's their coaching staff. They're going to adapt to it. I don't care who they have at the trigger man. They'll adapt to what they have there. McGee, he's been fun to watch since he got here as a true freshman. I think you saw him jumping around, little gnat, hard to catch. But that's not the concern. I mean, somebody's going to be at the helm and watching how Humphrey played last week. I mean, he's not that much of a drop off.
All right, and looking at the Vikings, the offense has been rolling along pretty well. In particular, the running game the last couple of weeks. What things are you looking to do against Montana? What's the challenge there for your offense?
Well, Coach Baird, Kim Baird, their D coordinator, and then he's got, Barry Sachs, who was here. They know more football they've forgotten more football, Mike, than I know. Running the football against him tough. I mean, he's a blitz guy, and they're bringing pressure. It's organized chaos. So we did some things last year to try to take care of it. We had a new plan, new idea this year because we didn't score enough last year. They swamped us in the red zone a couple times and weren't able to run the ball consistently. So we have to try to change some things up to run against them. But they're good up front. I like their front. They have two linebackers who are leading the league. I believe we're topping it in tackles. They got that little Hout kid playing safety. They're aggressive against the run, and it's hard to get yards. So I don't know. We have a plan. I like it. You saw it out here the last 2 days. So we'll see how it comes together on Saturday.
All right, Vikings getting ready for the 8th-ranked Montana Grizzlies. Coach, probably the toughest opponent we've seen this season. What's going to be the key for the Vikings to come away with a win?
This game, by far, turnovers. It hurt us last year playing them, and we still snuck out of there with that Dots Pretzels kick. But we have to take care of the football. Try to win the field position battle with them. I think that's the type of game it's going to be, depending on who they have the trigger man and what they're trying to do. So turnovers, convert on third down. We've talked that all year, and stay ahead of the chains. We didn't stay ahead of the chains last week in the first half. That's what we talked about at halftime, how we were behind the chains and penalties we hadn't seen. We only had 5, but they came back in a guy jumping on first down, an old lineman, and a tight end. We haven't seen that. We have to play that part of the game clean to be able to beat the Griz.
All right, Portland State and Montana, Saturday, Hillsborough Stadium, 2 p.m. You can watch the game on Pluto TV, channel 531. And for all your information on Vikings football, go to GoVikes.com.